Retailing at about £200 in the UK, I just couldn't resist, so I had to get my hands on a pair. So in this video we're going to take a quick overview of the key features of the speaker. The Alto TS-112a is an active, bi-amped 800 watt peak 12-inch PA speaker. On the front of the speaker is a sturdy grille which covers the entire speaker, including the 12-inch cone which has a 2-inch voice coil, as well as the 1-inch high-frequency neodymium driver which is located at the top there. Now then, behind the grille there is also a blue LED indicator for power, and these here, don't be fooled, I thought they were reflex ports but they're not. Don't know if you can hear that, but they're solid plastic inside. The very top of the speaker also features another carry handle which is ideal for when you're lifting the speaker just a short distance where you need to move it, as well as 4 small sockets which are able to hold another speaker on top thanks to them having rubber feet on the bottom, as well as some M10 flying bolts to allow you to fly the speakers from truss if you did need to. Now the base of the unit has 4 nice big chunky feet for it to sit on, so that's not going to be going nowhere if you lay that down due to the vibrations, and that, as I was saying, on the top those are designed to fit into the little top hats. There is also a standard 36mm pole mount there and a tightening screw to make sure it doesn't swivel around. And believe it or not, one of my positives of this is the tightening screw. It actually works. My other speakers, usually they're not as grippy as that, so there you go, thumbs up for Alto there. The sides of the unit are pretty plain, but feature an integrated carry handle for easy manoeuvre of the speaker units. Now we're onto the back of the speaker, the real powerhouse behind this. Now then, behind this panel is the amplifier unit itself, which is cooled by an internal fan there, which is really quiet. However, one of my units has already got a failed fan, which is pretty disappointing build quality, I must say. Working our way up, we've got a little vent there to allow for airflow, and then we've got 2 inputs, which is an XLR jack combi input there. Behind this plastic cover here, if I just take this off for you, is an XLR out, which allows you to feed the line signal down towards a subwoofer or chain it to another speaker if you did wish to. 2 LED indicators indicate the power, which is the green LED there, and a signal limit, so that will illuminate when you start to push the speakers towards their limits there. There is obviously a contour on-off switch there. Now then, what this does is it boosts the highs and the low frequencies to supposedly give you a better sound. Now then, I'll be honest, I do have that pushed in most of the time. However, it does tend to drive it towards clip earlier, so I sometimes like to keep the EQs on this, or the contour, so to say, off, and then just use a mixer for EQ. Now then, the ground I'm not too sure about, but I believe that's for swapping the signals for the output. I believe I've heard somewhere if you have a hum in the output or something like that to change that around, but I'm not too sure myself. Anyway, working towards the bottom of the unit, you've got an IEC standard power in there for you, and then towards the right hand side you've got the power switch, and then all of the details about the speakers. Now then, these speakers are very versatile. As you can see at the moment, it's sat on its side. That's due to its trapezoidal design, which means that you can use this speaker as an active monitor if you did wish to do so. Now then, my overview, I've used these speakers now at 4 or 5 gigs I believe, so they've had a fair variation. I've used them for a 50th birthday party where they coped fine. There was about 70 guests, not a problem at all in a small sized venue, I'd say. And then it's done a school disco at a rather large school with 120 pupils, so I was pushing them a little bit there. They did clip on that, so honestly, if I was to do that again, I'd probably use my nice big 15-inch Wharfdales, but not bad at all. Honestly, the bass response from this, I was very impressed indeed. I was not expecting much from a 12-inch driver, even though my subs over there, they're only 12-inch. This bad boy actually has got some pretty impressive bass, although not as impressive as I first thought. That must have obviously been a honeymoon phase of the bass, but still very impressive indeed. Crystal clear tops for the price range. I really do not think you can go wrong. Now then, these themselves, I've done a full sound test with a decibel meter 1 meter away. My theoretical SPL I believe is about 120, but that's obviously a load of complete rubbish, as it will be with any brand of speaker that says our speakers are the best by ours, look how loud they are. It's rubbish. These managed to get to about the top end of 90 dB as a pair of them when I've been using them out at gigs. Honestly, that school disco was one of the loudest I've ever done. I don't normally push them that much at school discos. I thought they'd be fine, but anyway, there you go. But these absolutely ideal for kids parties, smaller events, things like that. I mean, next week I've got 2 weddings, kids parties and stuff like that, so that's going to be a job for my bigger Wharfdales and my subs as well for 2 of the gigs, as they're just able to handle it better. But honestly, these, you cannot go wrong if you've got a smaller budget. Now, another very pleasant surprise that I did have when these arrived was picking up the boxes and wondering if they were empty. They're just that light. I believe they're just the bottom end of 20 kilograms. I'm not too sure. You may have to check that on the specs, but you can read that anywhere. But honestly, take it from me, these are so light and easy to move about. They're an absolute dream. I mean, the top handle I find absolutely great. Just grabbing it hold of it with a hand and just chucking it from one end of the car to the other so I can move it around quicker. Well, not throwing it, obviously, but you know what I mean. So yeah, fantastic on that. But like I say, the downside to me seems to be the build quality, unfortunately. And say, I don't know if you can... That's a very flimsy. I'm not pushing hard, even though it's my foot. I'm not giving it a lot of pushing, but that grill is moving quite a bit. And my Wharfdale one there, that's not going anywhere at all. And then, like I said, one of the fans has already failed, along with the blue LED on the front, so that is a little bit disappointing from Alto there. However, I don't think that the fan's that important unless I was really driving them. They're still very, very, very cool when I've finished using them. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. That's all I've got to say. I'm not going to do a sound test, because let's be honest, what is the point? You're not going to be able to hear the quality of the speakers, because it's going to be through my camera, and then that's going to be compressed to an MP3, and then it's going to be compressed as it's uploaded to YouTube, and then it's coming out of the speakers that you're using at home. So there's not much point doing that. I may upload a video of a gig I've done if I've got a video of them, but I mean, I'm not promising anything there for you. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, please do comment below. It'd be very nice if you could subscribe as well. That would be great. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. See you later. Now then, my next review video will hopefully be of these, my new moving head wash lights. So please do keep tuned for that. I've got 4 of these that have arrived. And then hopefully my next video should be coming out in around about a week's time, which is going to be a massive wedding gig log. So that's going to be a huge gig for me, one of the biggest I've done so far this year. So stay tuned for that.